Hi guys, welcome to this new episode. This is a fun episode to record. We started with basically catching up about what we've been up to in the past few months, and then Israel dropped a very big surprise about his relationship and dating life. Not what you would expect, to be honest, but yeah, the surprise there. I'm not going to say it. You have to listen to him and hear him say it himself. And we also talked about Samuel's career so far as a startup founder, what that has been like. And then we all talked about lessons that we've learned in the past few months. And yeah, it was a good one. We ended with some bit of nudity, but I mean, conversations about, obviously not on the video. You wouldn't want that. But yeah, it was a fun episode to watch. I think you should definitely watch to the end, drop comments, and wish Israel the very best. Someone else on the podcast also made a surprise. Happy married life, Israel. Now let's get into the podcast.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, what have you been up to? We recorded. I mean, I can give mine is usually very short because my life is very boring and very predictable.
So you lack the self-expression
funny thing is like I feel like I've been looking for an avenue to talk about this, which is like, God, it's very hard to have a Nigerian passport. But yeah, that can be an extra topic. But what have I been up to?
That is a topic.
Yeah, that is a whole ass topic that we can talk about and get into. And I want to talk about it. I didn't remember that, but I want to talk about it because.
Okay.
But I mean, I do have a lot to talk about, but we'll share sorrows. But it's good to also share and talk maybe about some of these things, anyways. But yeah, what have I been? I've been very good. I'm just recovering from, and I don't know what it is. Probably it's just a flu, whatever is going on currently in this season. So I was coughing for a bit, and like for the whole week I was basically out sick, just with fever and all of that. But I'm feeling better now. Before that, like last week, something happened last weekend something happened, I can't remember. But probably 2 weekends ago, we had a road trip to Seattle, so that was nice. And then the week before that, which is a long time, we also went to this water park in Harrison. But I think overall, I've been good. Work has been challenging. So far, so good. Yeah, life has been good. Yeah. And I mean, this is the first place that I'm gonna say it officially to people. That's what I'm saying, because it's few people. Currently, I'm in a relationship, so that's one thing.
Yeah, why do you people?
The few people that listen to us is what I'm saying. Like the few people.
Surprise is going to cut this part. Surprise is going to cut this. I'm going to make sure that I watch this episode. Part, and I'm going to share it everywhere possible.
I mean, I have access to the account, and I'm just going to delete it.
But you can't, because I'm going to keep referencing it so that the podcast will not make sense without it.
Sure, bruh.
So yeah, that's very good to know. I mean, I assume that's as much as you want to share, or do you want to share more?
Basically
Are we allowed to ask questions?
How has it been?
I mean, it's been okay so far, so it's been good. Can't complain. So, yeah. What else do you want to
know? That's actually that is a surprise to me, to be honest.
It is a surprise.
Happy for you, to be honest. I know that on this podcast we've talked about relationships for a bit, and we've also explored your experience on the wide streets of Vancouver for a bit as well. So it feels good to know that you're no longer. How does it feel to not be on the streets, though? To
not be on the street is, I guess, is good. You don't have to. Yeah, it gets draining. I mean, when you're on the street and you're looking, and it's just like, it's also the thing where it's like when you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. You know, but right now it's like you can just walk and you don't have to look at a girl. Like you can just like, yeah, sure, like.
Yeah.
Do you get that thing? But like when you're walking, everything looks like a nail. Like, no.
That's like so. I think it's an idiom or something like that. That's the fact.
It's an idiom. But the thing is, like, when you if you're not looking for a girl, like say you're not dating someone and you're not looking for anybody, like you can also be in that stage where you're just like walking, you're not seeing any girl, stuff like. But if you're looking for someone, right, it feels like when you're walking and you see a girl that is fine, or you're out and you say, well, like, wow, you know, this could be my girlfriend, you know, that kind of thing. Like
being single and being on the streets, it's like every single lady you see is a potential, is a possibility.
Do you get to? You're like, wow, this could look
you're
like...
thinking, am I supposed to ask talk to this girl? Am I supposed to at this event? Am I supposed to
Yeah.
talk to this lady that I'm seeing? Am I supposed to say hello? But if you're not on the street or you're not single, you're just having a good time. Anybody
Yeah,
you
the
see in the
pressure is
street,
do you exactly yeah. The
like
pressure
the
there's
best
no
they can do
pressure.
is friends.
You're just like if you talk to me like good for you. If you
Yeah,
don't talk if you don't want to talk
yeah,
like
like you
good for
literally
like
have no cares in the world. You're probably even texting your
exactly.
people at the event that, oh,
I mean,
I just saw this
that
person. Yeah.
Do
If
you
people
get
talk to
like
you, yeah. If they don't talk to you, yeah, totally get it. I like the relief that comes with that as well. It's like
yeah,
this door is shut. Like this is one
yeah,
less thing to worry about or one less thing to be thinking about. A lot of conversations, for example, when you were single, revolved around your dates
yeah,
and
yeah,
how the
exactly.
dates transpired, what happened during the date, how good or how
Mm-hmm.
bad or how disappointing the date was. And a lot of your movement as well, I must assume, was around your
Same
dating
movement.
experience. But now
Yeah,
you're now done with that life. You don't have to be asking
yeah,
people around for dates or trying out restaurants. Whatever you're doing now is probably in the context of your relationship, which is
yeah,
fantastic, to be honest. So yeah, happy for you.
happy
Welcome
for
to the
you.
good side of life.
Happy for you.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
When last week did we record? What was the last time we recorded this podcast? Let
Too
me see.
long.
You've
Like
actually been
7 months.
a lot
Like
last time around.
7 years ago.
Too
seven
long.
year old man.
Big apologies to everyone listening. It's been like a
Yeah.
couple of rough,
Yeah,
like
it's just unfortunate.
it's been like
I
really
mean, the last episode we
hard.
said this too, just so you know.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
but
so
one
we
we've not posted. The one we've not posted.
you guys should just know that this is the stage we're in right now. So you also don't expect perfection from the get go. I mean, you guys should know that. So there's no need for yeah.
This guy is
why are you talking like
gaslighting.
a
You know,
Nigerian?
he's
When
gaslighting
was the
people.
last time you started something and you just got the perfect from the day you
Wow.
started it?
This guy is
What
If
is
you
it
gaslighting.
about?
can,
This
if
guy
you
What
is
have
about
an
basically
perfection?
example,
gaslighting people.
mention it in the comments. If you have an
What is
example,
it
you
about
don't obviously.
perfection?
That's why you're not going to
This guy
mention
is
anything
gaslighting people.
because you have
Wow.
no example. So you don't come here and be giving that kind of vibe. You
Gaslighter.
take what you get and you
Gaslighter.
keep it moving. The
The
best you
Yoruba
can
man.
do is to
So I don't.
encourage us. What the
This guy
worst you
is
can do
such
is
a
to watch and keep
this
it
guy is
moving.
such a gaslighter.
But yeah,
That
uh,
we're trying
it's
to
been a
bring in so
while.
much stability to make things better and more like focus. It's been a lot of
That would be
like
a
up and
surprise to
down.
them, Sha.
And
Anyway, let's keep it moving. The last time recorded has been a while, so I would assume that it's before August. August was fun for me. That was the month I realized that I had already spent 1 year in the UK, which is fun to be honest, and also interesting in many other ways. What have I been doing? My life is also pretty routine, just like Israel. I've been going on my monthly hikes. My last hike was a disaster, so to speak. It was a fun location, but it was raining terribly. British weather is, unfortunately, it's just so disappointing, to be honest. It could be sunny just now, and next minute it's just raining, which is just terrible. So we had already climbed to the top of the EU, and we were supposed to like just like keep going to get to our destination, and then it started raining. It's
oh
just
my god,
yeah, everybody was running around like just a disaster. There's nowhere to rest because you're literally yeah, it was just a mess to be honest. Eventually, we suffered to the end because we're like, oh, sun cost theory. We've already got to this point. It's too late to go back. We got to the location. We couldn't take any pictures with the monument that we went to go and see because it was raining. Nobody wants to raise their camera to be putting it in the rain. Eventually, we had to go back, take the walk back. Yeah, it was just terrible. I had severe body pains after. But it was fun that we went to that particular location. We'll be going again sometime soon. Apart from that, what else have I been doing? Now that I think about it, nothing much to be honest. It looks like my days have been going very this big blur since just yeah, just passed by. Oh yeah, not much has been happening. Reading, lots of writing as well. What else? Nothing else, to be honest. Yeah, but okay, this so far. What was the last exciting thing I did? Can't remember. That's interesting. Oh, my birthday is coming next month. Been thinking about that. We'll talk about that one later. Yeah, but yeah, I'm good to be honest. All is well. I wish I
All is well
had
in the
big
world.
reasons why we've not been recording episodes, or I just don't. That's just the truth. So let's move on. Samuel, how about you?
we giving like Yoruba demon. Like
Yeah, he's
I'm trying so
gaslighting
hard to
people.
repair our image in the eyes of these women.
There's no need. Yeah, like
There's
it's like
every need. There is every need. You are no longer. I do see. There's every need. Come up anyway. Okay.
I'm trying to be honest with them
I
and tell
am.
them the truth.
I am very honest but different. Anyway,
Um,
what have I been up to? It's actually been like it's been pretty crazy. Like life has been really crazy. I mean, life is always crazy with me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like there is no stability. There's no stability anywhere as it's but it's been exciting too. I've been doing a lot of like stuff. A lot of good stuff. I actually am working on a startup right now, which is really fun. I am also in the middle of like planning a move to a different place. So seeing how that's going. I've been doing a lot of like work, and when I say work, it's been like cross. So obviously, my background and experience and everything has been in like design. Like, but lately, I've been doing a lot of the development part of the design. So I do the design, and then I use AI plus like figuring out stuff. So now I can read TypeScript. Like I can understand like TypeScript. I can like figure out where what goes. I mean, a lot of things are still. I still have a lot of like holding with like using AI to like. If there was no I would struggle with some of these things. But it's been easy to like move from depending 100% on AI to knowing how to debug my code and figure out what's going wrong, and then try to fix it in like the stuff at work. We're working on this feature, and I would say that like a large part of the development is being done by me, which is so much fun. And I've finished like what, like 6 7 pages already, no, like 4 5, anyway, number of pages, which is very impressive because like 3 months ago I did not know a single thing about coding, and now I'm doing like one-to-one rendering of the design that I designed. At least some of them I designed, like some of them. So it's been really cool. What else? I've been very disconnected from politics lately. Maybe because I got busy with like the startup
That's a
stuff.
win.
A lot of my attention, a lot of my TikTok profile is now like fellow founders trying to build stuff. There's like founder talk. I was at New York Fashion Week. Yeah, so all of that has been exciting. Trying to like dress part. Actually, like the more I think about, and I don't know, I'm going to say a little bit about what we're building, right? Basically, what we're trying to build,
You
what
have
we're
to pay for adverts, by the way.
well,
You're
I'm
advertising
not
your
making an ad
business.
because I'm going to say
You're
something.
making an ad, so
I'm
you're
not making
paying.
an
You're
ad.
gonna. I'm
I'm
just
not
saying
making
you're
an ad.
gonna pay for ad.
I am saying I'm going to
We will
say
surprise
something.
you. We will surprise you with a new voice. That's all I'm
Do
just
you get like? But continue.
Anyway, what we are trying to build is a fashion discovery software, fashion discovery tool that helps people find items they're looking for with personal context in mind. So, like instead of it being now, if you search for your item, and then you have to filter through what you want, and then you have to then go through the list or your results to find what you actually need. So what we are building is to bring a personalization layer to it, where it's like when you search, we automatically consider all your nuances and only give you items that you can find, that you can buy, that are your size, the things you can fit, that are your feet, your style, blah blah blah. So we're trying to do that, and a lot of the things that it's been fun seeing like a lot of people that maybe when they're shopping, capsizing is just trying to find what they're buying online, things like that. But most importantly, the people that we are talking to, they've been people that are they need like they struggle to find items, but they are not like extremely fashionable. They just want to look good, right? And so when I was at New Year Fashion Week, I was like, I don't know if these people are like extremely sophisticated, trying to dress one way. They have like this complicated combo that they're mixing together, and I'm like, huh. But yeah, it's just been fun being in those spaces, like seeing like fashion influencers and people have like runways and everything. And yeah, like life's been like up and down, but a lot of adventure. To be honest, it's been fun.
fascinating that you say that now that you're a startup founder, your TikTok is now following startups, founders, all of those things. It's really true what they say about how that people need to get busy because I can't imagine that.
Wow,
I'm
that
serious
is a
because
shade.
it
That
is
is a
a shade.
Wow.
shade.
Because some
That
months
is a
ago,
shade.
some months
Wow.
ago, we were trying to pull you off
When
TikTok
you
comment
off,
section.
yeah,
TikTok comment
and
section. We
argue
were
with people.
fighting strangers in the comment section, arguing about things that both you and the stranger have zero control over. And it was so difficult to get you off it. But look at you now.
I can't promise that I'm off. I'm just redirecting my energy
We
to
hope that you will continue to get busy and busy. Life of a startup founder is never easy from all that we know. So more of this we pray to the point where you don't even have time for whatever is trending on social media anymore. That's a good one. I'm very happy to hear that.
no.
I
It's
have a question I
I'm
want
not
to
sure
ask
it's a good
all
one
of
though,
us.
but I'm concerned
I
about that
believe
one.
that it is
No, I know you do. I know you do. But for me,
100%.
it's like these things is a really big part of what I like to call like my
I still think it's a good one for you. I don't think you know how much of a how less combatant now or this thing you have become progressively over the past few months when it comes to these things?
I need to get back.
You do not actually. I hope you get busier. I hope Clark continues to prosper in a way that keeps you on your
Oh, yeah,
toes.
the name is Clark. I didn't say the name.
This
Yeah,
video
that's
is
fine.
sponsored by Clark. Clark is a personalized blah blah blah.
Yeah, we
You
can.
pay. That is all that matters.
Yeah, we
This
are
is
going
our
to.
first. So this is our first paid advert. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to sponsor any of our episodes, reach out to us. We'll be happy to
Yeah. Yeah, we're happy
mention
to
it.
do that actually. This, you guys might be wondering what is the goal of this podcast, and we've probably said it before that it is for us to connect across countries and everything. Not sure how much of that is true. That's all I'm going to say. Guys, a
No,
very major part of this is actually connected to deep pockets. That's all I'm going to say. But let's just keep
Deep.
things moving. Yeah, I have a question for you guys because it looks like everyone has basically transitioned in their life in the past few months that we've not recorded the podcast. Israel has found himself coupled up, and Samuel is now a startup founder, which is just fascinating to be honest. So, Israel, what is one thing that maybe you would say you've learned or discovered about yourself in the past few months that you've been in this relationship? You discovered a lot of things about yourself while you were on the streets, I must imagine. But now that you're off the streets and you're in a relationship, what are the things that you've discovered about yourself so far? Care to share any?
I mean, I've been trying to think what I've discovered about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I mean, I don't know. I think I wouldn't say I've discovered something new in particular, to be honest. Nothing really in particular. Like, nothing comes to mind straight off the bat.
what do you want to do like now that someone else is in your space, for example?
I mean, it's okay to be honest. Like I've always it's more like I think ultimately like if I can do my stuff and you can do your stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Like we are good.
So are you sharing your food now?
I mean, she doesn't even eat my food. So
I'm throwing shit at me because
You know that there's some
oh no no no
people.
no, but I do share my food. You know,
you
the
do
problem.
actually. This guy
I
flowing
mean,
here.
yeah. So the thing is like I share my food. What you know, you the problem that I just had was mostly like now this is me shading somewhere. I mean, not generally somewhere, but in general,
Not
is that
shading, not shading.
it's like when you use my stuff, and I used to say this. I remember that I used to say this, like for example, if you use my bucket, you return it to where you put it, right? I don't want to come back and start looking for my bucket. I know that I put my bucket somewhere. Like the way my brain used to work, Jen, is like I know that something was somewhere, and then I come back and it's like my net is somewhere. My green bedsheet, remember that green this thing? I use it for the old OAU. Like that thing is crazy. Like that thing, like I know that it's laid. I lay my bed, put all of that. So when I come back and someone has slept, I'm like, who slept on this
You slept on my
bed?
bed.
Because it's more like if you sleep on someone's bed. So two reasons why I did not like people sleeping on my bed is like some people sweat like goat, and then they sweat on your pillow, and then your pillow is wet, and I'm like, ew, like bruh, like ew. So there is that. There's also like people just don't lay the bed back after they are
Yeah.
done, right?
No, I totally
And
get
then
that actually.
sometimes people use my pot and they don't wash it back,
Yeah.
right? So like as long as you don't mess things up. I mean, my babe was like I went out on Friday and then she was around and
No,
she was like,
we need to ask Price to put. We need to ask her to put animations during this, like glitters. Your
myself,
babe,
myself.
So
amazing.
interesting.
So
Move on,
so
please.
so she was like, I mean, I would not I guess which makes sense to be honest, right? I mean, she's always very careful. She's always like, oh, she doesn't want to like move things around and all of that because she was looking for a USB cord and there was a USB cord that was connected in my old setup and she was like, oh, she didn't want to touch that so that she doesn't messes that. I mean, I would not have mind for the most part because it would just
Mhm.
take like, but like probably before I would have been like, but I don't think that's something that changed because I was in a relationship. I think that's something that has just like changed over time since
Progressively over
like
the years, and
yeah,
we give
since
God the glory.
yeah, it's like since before, which is like okay to be honest.
That's that's a good one. I wanted to say something. I totally forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, it's also interesting that I mean, people probably don't get, but when he said he used that bed sheet for the whole of OAU, that's 5 years. So he used
Yeah,
one bed spread for 5 years. That's just
yeah.
unfortunate, to be honest. But yeah, that's a
I mean,
difficult one.
what do you expect me to do? you have to like I
Yeah.
used all my pot, like everything I used all my pot for like the whole 5 years. The only thing that was missing was like spoons and all, like but the pot,
Let,
like everything.
you
Which
know
is
what's
which
funny?
which is
The
commendable by
Americans
the way.
listening to this will be so lost.
Let me
I mean
tell
it's
you
also
what
it's
happened.
also very commendable by the way, because you know,
It is commendable. I
yeah.
was
Also
buying
some
stuff
of my
every year.
buckets I used it because it's like people,
You change just every year.
I was buying a lot of those stuff every year.
yeah.
You know what's
Because
funny is that the
I mean, in
same.
fairness to me, I didn't have a lot of stability on like on campus like buildings. Like there was always maybe someone staying with me, or I was staying with someone, or like I didn't have locker, I have to buy locker every time, or maybe like because if we are moving, we have to figure out where to put our stuff. I have to figure out where to put my
Yeah.
stuff. A lot of those things we get missing by the time I get back. It wasn't until later on that I clocked that I can put it in the fellowships like
Yeah.
stuff. And even that, you have limited time before you grab your stuff and get it out. But and it's not even a
Yeah.
guarantee. But yeah, that was my
That's
biggest.
the gas cylinder I used when I was on campus. After OAU, I took it home
Mhm.
during the lockdown. It was in my room. Then after when I started NYC and when I moved to Lagos eventually, and when I got my own apartment, I went back home and I took it to Lagos, and I used
I
it
mean
from 2022 to 2024 when I left Nigeria for the UK.
I mean
That's the
it's
gas
very
cylinder.
interesting
That's
that
the only gas
I
cylinder I
did
ever
not have
used
a
in my life.
I didn't have a gas until probably like 500 level when I was moving to AO and they were becoming strict with
Whose gas were
uh
you using? Oh, you're using
I was
hot plates
using
and stuff.
hot plate. Yeah, I was using hot
Oh,
plate.
I never had one.
Yeah, we were
I borrow
criminals
people's
then.
one, but I never owned one
Yeah.
myself.
So I
Yeah, I
was
brought
basically
people
using
on.
hot plates for like
Yeah.
all of that
We're
time.
talking about university, by the way. We lived in
Yeah,
hostels, school
people are going to be
hostels.
disconnected from this because it's a
Right.
lot of like
Yeah.
talk
Yeah,
about.
that's unfortunate for them. How about you, Samuel? I was going to ask you. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much context you can give. You have to
What's
just get
wrong
along
with
with the
you?
program. I was going to ask you about like
Oh,
being a startup founder now. I can only imagine the horrors you go through. What is one thing that maybe you've discovered about yourself or you've learned in the past few months that you've been a startup founder building this AI startup?
I think like the first thing I've learned is that um I'm a big Hamilton fan. Hamilton the musical, not the person, I don't really know, but the
Oh,
musical. There's this part where he said um talk less, smile more, something like that, right? Basically, it was basically explaining that you don't need people don't need to know everything that you're about, right? But being a startup founder, it's like you have to find the balance between that. And especially for someone like myself that I can have like if I talk too much about an idea, I can get the fulfillment that I've done the idea, even if I haven't done anything. And so it's
yeah.
been a balance of having to navigate being intentional with how I communicate the idea while still putting in the work to making sure that the product gets moved or gets pushed. It's also like when people talk about like oh marriage, marry the right partner, blah blah blah. It's also like the person that you work with is very instrumental with how far you go. I think I was very lucky in terms of the like my co-founder, right? It was
Okay.
the it wasn't a choice that I necessarily saw right in front of me, but in retrospect, it was a good choice because this was someone that was close to the problem, closer to the problem than I was, even though I had the idea. It's just someone that had the technical know-how to get the job done, and I like put in the work to get the job done. It's just someone that was passionate about it, and so it's like all of those things just happened to fall in line for me, and it was like, oh, okay, the right partnership can take you far on like some of these things. And so it's like learning to so there is that part. So it's like, okay, I'm reconsidering or thinking not reconsidering, I'm thinking differently about how partnerships work for like career. I mean, most of the time when we talk about partnership is from the context of marriage, but like
Yeah.
career building, going, blah blah blah, all of that are interesting stuff. I also think that I realized that I've gotten so confident in my ability to be scrappy in the sense of like I look at everything going on and you know a lot of people like will tell me oh you should probably make this decision it's probably good for you and then I look at it and I'm like I agree ideally this is good I'm not sure this is the best for me I'm not sure this is a good approach for me this is why it is I'm figuring out best way to articulate some of these things but also it's like I know that the decisions I would make the chances of me regretting them are very slim
Hmm.
like once things happen, like you said, we can easily go back and fix them. Like I'm not at a position in my life where, except you're making like really drastic stuff, like maybe having a baby or something, that's like you can't fix that one. But like all of these life decisions, I just realized that like life is not necessarily go forward, go forward, go forward. There's always like the chance to go backwards or stop. or move
Yeah.
forward. Like there are all of those three different levels. So learning to be patient with myself, take it easy and say that okay, life is fine. This is life. Like it's supposed to be
Mhm.
tough. The tougher it gets, I don't know, the better the outcome, I guess. You test your resilience with that. And yeah, I've also just been, I don't know what else to, I think it's just like, I just know that everything will be fine. I've had moments where I just want to I'm tired or like this is exhausting. Like, I mean, I called you the other day and we're talking about stuff and none of us could give either of ourselves solution. Like there was no solution at its way in front of us, but at the same
Yeah.
time, we just knew that, yeah, after all this is done, we'll go back to fighting. Like that's all we have to do. Like we have to go back to push ahead. But yeah, those are some of the things I've learned. I don't, yeah. So
Yeah, that's really that's good to know, to be honest. Yeah, I think because you're a startup founder and also because you have this thing about if you talk about something too much, it feels like you've already done it. That thing about finding balance. I think it's the way people scroll through Twitter and then you see this very nice article and like, let me bookmark it. And then when you bookmark it, it looks like you've done something, but you've not read it. You just add into your bookmark. It creates this very minor sense of accomplishment, which is probably the reason why you would not eventually read it. Because if you don't bookmark it, you don't want to miss because you know you won't find it again once you swipe past. So you're like,
mhm.
since I can't bookmark, let me just read it now. But because you can book, but for you, I also think it's very important that you talk about what you do.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
because the way it's so interesting. There's been an evolution in the kind of startups that I've been seeing come out of even YC and the announcement I've been seeing on Twitter. I think there's a when we're talking about maybe the evolution of tech, there's going to be a pre open AI era and there will be a post open AI era. I feel like post open AI, the kind of way, the way people have been announcing startups, the way they are talking about it is less this nerdy technical boy in a hoodie
mhm,
thing, and is more like, yeah, this is this fascinating thing we're doing. We've put this
Yeah.
shit ton of money into marketing. We're doing this cool, crazy video and everything, and it's like, wow, yeah. So yeah, you have to like talk more, meet people on. Sometimes I find myself on SF Twitter once in a while, and it's just like everybody is talking to everybody. Everybody knows everybody. Even
yeah,
people that are yeah, it's probably not that way, but I can also see how you can feel that way. You can feel
yeah,
that way because I've been in that kind of community before. When I was in Lagos, the tech community is so small. If somebody tweets something random like, "Oh, I want potatoes," I know that person is working SEO in one company. And if you're not in the tech community, you're just seeing a random person. But I
mm,
know everybody I know everybody that is working in tech in Lagos, and
yeah,
everybody knows everybody. It's so small, and it's so helpful that way because people are passing things, opportunities around jobs, interviews. Oh, Michael, we're doing this thing on content marketing in Nigeria. Do you want to feature? Yeah, sign me up because I know because people know you and everything. I don't know how
yeah.
often you do that, but I see that a lot. And
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a big difference between like not big difference, but I think it's something I'm also trying to balance. It's like Twitter and then there's
mhm,
TikTok or Instagram. So it's like building. So
mm,
Twitter is like you're building or you're trying to get the investors and all of those things attention, and then there is
yeah,
like TikTok where it's like your customers are there. So it's like, oh, am I building in public for customers or am I building in public for founders and investors? Right. And I frankly, it's a all balance. I have very limited energy right now
mhm,
to spare because again, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm the one trying to build the app, for example, the interface of the app. I'm learning as I'm going. I don't have the time to start engaging on. I will find the time, like, but it's like really hard for me to take away time to go engage or to find
yeah.
people. But I'm following a lot of people. I followed like at least 50 people in the past 2 weeks in startup. So
So
yeah.
what I'm saying about being busy. I like this new you. Like,
No, I think it's also that like your topics change. So, for example, if you are reading about politics, like that's what you're currently doing. That's the
mhm,
only thing you are focusing
Mhm.
on. You like more politics, and then the gods of Twitter are going to show you more politics, and because they want engagement, they will show you things that are going to rile you up, right? And then that way but now that your focus has changed, like you interact more with startup things, you see less of the things that will rile you up because they will show you
yeah,
more of the startup things that would rile you up, like, or like allow you to have conversations on things you're currently interested in, which is
Mhm.
good. Like it's good to
yeah,
do things that are productive, that will probably change something, like that will
yeah,
probably make you
Yeah.
a millionaire rather than like, anyways, yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah. No,
also
I go on, Michael.
I,
Sorry.
yeah, I was going to say that again. Literally, I have absolutely no idea what your time management or time schedule feels like. But if I'm building something and I want to take a bet on a place to talk about it, I would pick Twitter and LinkedIn. And the reason is because those are the platforms that have the potential for virality. TikTok has the potential for virality, but it's not the same thing in the sense that it's as someone who is when a particular platform has to do with visuals, it becomes more difficult for you to go viral there because people have to see
Okay.
you first. That
Yeah.
already kind of for some of us, if you feel like you don't meet some particular standards of beauty,
Yeah,
like
I'll be
society,
yeah,
that already creates some discouragement, and
yeah,
it
Okay.
also kind of reduces how many people are more likely to click on your videos. Sometimes I go on
yeah.
Nigerian TikTok, it's just teenage girls dancing a lot of the
Dancing,
time. I
yeah,
swear, I'm serious.
How
It's
do
yeah,
people
surprising. I'm like,
land on there?
yeah, I'm like, no. If you go to Nigerian TikTok, you know the way this thing
There's
is.
an. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
there
know.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know what
can't
you
be like, oh,
mean.
there's a Nigerian TikTok. It's just
yeah.
like
I'm
there's
on,
a
yeah,
like,
like trench talk. You
there's
see them?
there's
Oh, you
Nigerian
know, go,
Twitter,
yeah.
SF Twitter, British Twitter, which I never go to because they mostly talk about football. But if I go to Nigerian TikTok, I'm like, what the hell is happening? You're seeing some secondary school students, you're seeing some 200 level students dancing and everything. And I think TikTok can be that place where you get a few people that will follow you and keep commenting. But the
Yeah,
potential for virality or meeting people is very limited. And that's why I still like Twitter, as unfortunate as what the platform has become now. Because there's so much potential for you to meet the most random people. I realized recently that a judge for the Booker Prize is following our bot page. That's the most random
Yeah.
thing ever.
I mean,
That
I
I
know
can
that our bot page is like very,
well, it's
like
just very random
we've done
people.
something crazy there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes people follow me on Twitter. I'm like, I check and I see there's this minister following me. This minister, a Nigerian minister, is following me on Twitter. El Rufai's wife is following me on Twitter. There are many people that are following me on Twitter. And I'm like, this is so weird because we don't even have conversations or anything. They probably don't know me, and they probably can't remember why they're following me. But maybe because I made a tweet one time.
Yeah.
But the thing is that would be hard on Instagram or
yeah.
TikTok because they have to see my video. Somebody
See
has to
you.
share my
Yeah.
video. Like it's just very
The
difficult. On
but
LinkedIn and Twitter, I would bet on that
yeah, I
personally.
mean, fair enough. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that I am supposed to like so I'm working in a B2B2C space,
Yeah,
which means that there is the business to business part, there is the business to
yeah,
customer part,
yeah.
sorry, brand to customer part. And I am in fashion, which means I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a more visual field or
Yeah,
environment
unfortunately,
than
that's
a person. So I have to find
true.
a
Mm-hmm.
way to either find like for me, it's now becoming about words and telling a story and navigating it.
Yeah.
Like the virality is one part, but I have to build a consistency that would make them feel like, oh, this person gets us. Right. And a lot of the people that I'm trying to target, for example, they don't go to Twitter for fashion advice.
Yeah, they are more on Instagram and TikTok.
They're more on like
Fashion
visual
are more
platforms.
on Instagram and TikTok. That's true. They
Yeah,
are
so that's
trying
why
out clothes.
it's like all of these different platforms have their different languages, they have their different audiences. Like if I'm trying to get
Mm-hmm.
brands, for example, most of the brands are on Instagram or TikTok. Right? If I'm
Yeah,
trying to get customers, they are on Instagram or TikTok or even Reddit before TikTok before Twitter comes into the picture. So
that's true.
it's
Fashion brands are on visual platforms.
yeah, so
They
it's
don't
like
post things like
really
dresses.
interesting
Yeah,
dynamic that I have to
it's
like
very
play around.
versatile.
Yeah.
That's true. That's good. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, to be honest.
Yeah. But
Those are
with this,
problems I.
you're gonna answer, Michael.
What have I learned so far? I think I'm just understanding myself more. It's interesting
Oh,
because, yeah. So the thing is that when you're in a relationship, somebody is now seeing you, and they are describing you back to
I
you.
don't know if people know
are
that
you
you're
in
in
a
a relationship.
relationship?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've not yet announced like Israel. Okay, do you guys want to do drum rolls?
Bruh.
Yeah. So I've been in a relationship for it's going to 3 months now. So
Godwin.
Happy for you.
yeah, I've joined
Love
Israel,
it
or
for
more
you.
like Israel joined me.
Married man.
Another
Yeah,
man. Another
might as well
man
be
down.
married. Might as well be married. I'm up like mad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah,
No,
it's an exciting
I
place
hope
to be.
people don't think that I actually hate relationships like the way I keep talking about it. It's
No,
a
no, you
joke.
because all of us were single some 3 months ago. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
yeah, all of us
Okay.
were
It's
single
a
three
joke.
months
Oh,
ago.
it's a joke.
Yeah, no. Samuel does not hate relationships. Funny enough, I'm not even a fan like of relationships and the likes
That
compared
is
to
true.
you. I think you are more of a fan of marriage and relationships and all these things.
A
But
big
yeah,
fan of marriage.
you've been changing your mouth, Samuel. Israel, do you remember that time that Samuel was clearly saying that he wanted to be a traditional man with children? Do you remember? All of a sudden now he's denying it, and I feel like a fraud.
It's good to. I mean, it's good to change opinions. So
Exactly. But
that's
let's try to agree that
yeah,
he's changing opinion. It's not like he has
yeah.
always been this
Exactly.
man.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
good to change
Anyway, let's
opinion.
go back to the point. So because I'm in a relationship and I'm dating someone, I'm seeing somebody is now saying me and describing myself back to me, which is
Yeah.
really not something that happens a lot before when you're not dating. Not that
Mhm.
people, not that your friends don't tell you, but your friends also make room for a lot of things. I'm just going to make room for things if you're someone who is like, oh my God, I like my space and everything. Yeah, fairs, like your space. Like, I'm going to work with that. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Or you're someone who maybe doesn't, I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to make room for that. But a lot of times when someone is dating you, they're going to be asking questions because they're like, this is interesting. You do this. And they're like, actually, I do this. And I thought
I
this was
did do.
normal.
I did it.
Yeah, I do this. I thought it was normal, but apparently not. Now that you raised it. So yeah, for me, there's a lot of learning myself more. There's also a lot of learning generally about things that no one teaches you about women's health as a topic on its own, which
Yeah.
is like very interesting. I remember we used to have conversations about this Samuel before, like even before I started dating, just random topics about health and women's health and how you used to make some post about misogyny in medicine or something like that. And I didn't clock most of those things, but I mean, now it makes obvious sense to me that if a lot of people who have made research about things like medicine have been white men for centuries, it's only very clear that there's not a lot of information about you, not only as a woman, but as a black woman. So it's also like a lot of that's why some things that would work for maybe white people would not work for black people in medicine. Because all the research people all the people that they used, they did the research on were white people. They didn't do a lot of research on black people. But yeah, that's something that I've been learning, and that's something that I've been learning about myself. Apart from that, I don't also think much has changed about me. I think it's more of just a lot more self-awareness, to be honest, and less of something changing about me. Also because I'm not dating a stranger. So this is this is someone that I've known for a very long time. So it's not like oh my God, I can't believe that you wear socks to sleep kind of relationship.
That you sleep naked.
Somebody sleeps naked. Who does you sleep naked, Israel?
Don't you guys sleep naked? I
People
know
don't
one
sleep
of you
naked.
sleeps naked.
I don't understand what
I
you're
know
talking about because
somebody. I know. Michael sleeps naked and Samuel
have
sleeps
you
naked
seen me?
too.
I can't actually believe that accusation. Have you seen
But
me
you
sleep
sleep
Wait,
naked before?
naked.
you sleep. You
If you've
almost
seen me sleep
he
naked
sleeps
before, say it on
almost
the class to the
naked.
class
He
now.
sleeps almost naked. He only sleeps
He
like in
sleeps
Say
his
it,
naked,
boxers.
legit though, in
say it
Lagos,
to
in
the
his
class.
Lagos
No, no.
apartment.
Wait, so you've seen me naked before, Israel? Is that what we're
I've
talking?
not.
Is that what
I
we're
mean,
talking
I've
about?
seen you
Not,
naked,
not
obviously.
everyone has seen
Of course,
everybody
I've seen you
No,
naked.
naked.
this
Like
is
everybody
different.
has seen every other person
In
naked.
bed, in bed.
In bed.
I run away. I sleep on the couch, and he sleeps naked on the bed, and I'm afraid to go into the bedroom.
Ah, that's
People
a
This
don't
are
lie,
believe you.
guys.
Imagine someone
There's a
sweating
difference
from
between
their cheeks and it's all on your bed.
some of us sleep in the nude, in the way that God has created us, in
I
the
sleep
nude.
naked. It's way more comfortable. It's way
I think
freeing.
you should use the right word, Samuel. You sleep in the nude, not
I sleep
naked.
as God
Naked.
made me.
Exactly, your Adamic nature. Some people
Yeah.
wear clothes to sleep, which is the most annoying thing ever. It's just like you need to ask yourself this question: when do you ever get to be who you are meant to be? If every single time of your life you're wearing clothes,
You are someone
like
else.
you wake up, you wear clothes, you go out, you
Yes.
wear clothes. In your
Yes.
at night again,
when
in
I'm
your
taking a
room,
shower. When I'm taking a
alone,
shower.
that's not
When I'm
real
taking a
because
shower.
it's just
That's
like
not real
for
now.
5, 10, 15 minutes.
I know I
Like
spent 1 hour in the shower.
Doing what?
what are you washing? What are you washing away your sins?
I'm washing my sins away.
You are still you are
I'm
still
That's
doing
a lot
washing.
of
baptism
sins to
every
begin
day.
with. But okay.
No, like you have to. The only thing I sleep with socks on those most times. Sometimes, most times.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
100% in the nude, to be honest. But
What
yeah,
do you want
I
from
would
me? I
take,
get cold
I would
easily.
take the nude over anything. Just saying, which is fine. But yeah, that's probably a topic to consider for another day. I do believe
Disgusting.
that there are advantages to. I think we've talked about this thing before. Like just
Yes.
letting your body breathe, like breathe. Let
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 it
the
breathe.
poor breathe.
yeah,
Let the
don't
poor
suffocate
breathe.
them, to be honest. Like your body parts, a lot of, especially if you're someone who lives in a place like Lagos where there's just so much heat. The argument for sleeping with clothes on is just does not exist in my own when I'm in Lagos. Now that I'm in the UK now, I don't sleep naked anymore. You happy to hear that, Israel, and it's because of the cold. But if I'm not
It
in the
shows
UK,
the
if I'm
kind of
in
life
Lagos,
you were living in Lagos, a very poor man life. When me, there was always fan blowing on me, and then you always just
Wait, which fan?
we're
That,
living
that
in
your
a
fan that
village,
used to sound like
Nigeria.
helicopter.
We're living in a
no,
village. You
which
guys are
Sam's
contributing
a good
money
fan.
or transformer.
See, I sleep naked even in the even
I think you're just addicted to nudities, which needs to be probed. I feel
Yeah,
like
nudist
yeah, I
or
feel like
whatever that
you're,
word
yeah,
is.
I'm not
yeah,
a
you
nudist.
can be a nudist. That's what's
I am not
considering.
any of this.
I mean, there's
But
there's
yeah,
always a celebration in places where people ride bikes around the
Now that I
city.
would never do.
Why
but
are you not proud
how do
of
you
your?
know? How do you know you would never do that? Also, this is 2025. There's a lot of
Do
years
you
ahead
get?
of you.
Yeah.
You never know what you will turn out to be.
When your
Who
body is
knows?
saggy and you can decide to
Do you
like
get?
start sharing the
I
world.
also feel like, of course, when you see some people who are older, that they're like, of course you're doing that because you have nothing to lose anymore. When you're like
Exactly. Your
60,
reputation as
just
is like.
yeah, you might as
I
well
mean,
be naked. Like
funny thing is that there's a nude beach in Vancouver. Like you go there and everybody's nude. It's like the
yeah,
nude
they need
beach.
beaches, but I've never been
Yeah, you should
because I
go.
think part of the criteria is that you, of course, will be expected to be
I
nude
mean,
too.
actually, you don't. You're not expected to be nude. To be honest, yeah,
We can just go there
you can just go
not
there.
nude and just be
Yeah,
looking at
yeah.
society. That doesn't sound
Yes,
very
now.
healthy. That doesn't sound very healthy to me.
But I think so. I've been
I
there
don't know how I would feel.
once.
Sorry. Let's before you
So
go. I don't know how I would
let me
feel
tell you.
if
I,
I'm nude on the beach and somebody's just wearing clothes and just looking at me,
that
and
means you're
I'm
not
nude.
a real. That means you're not a real nudist or whatever the word is.
If I'm
Because
wearing it,
people
I
that are
wouldn't
nude,
care, right?
yeah, you wouldn't care. Do you get? As long as people are not like you're not allowed to
If I'm
take
an
pictures
aspiring nudist,
and all of that. Do you get? Exactly. Because like
I'm
when the
reporting.
funny thing. Yeah, so just you go there and you see what it's like. You can start with only wearing your trunks, and then after like you can start with like all these. I don't know what they are called
Like
in
swimwear.
like no the ones that is just like the one that we used to wear when we were small. Like the ladies would wear like that thing that is just only covering your balls, and after that you can then free it for the world to
This is
see.
the one that Nigerians call play pants.
Not even that. But anyways, this is already a good place to end.
Yeah,
We've had like a couple of minutes talking about things.
yeah,
But yeah,
mostly catch up.
I think the question to leave with people today is like, what have you learned in the past few weeks or in the past few months? I'll drop it in the comment section. We'll be happy to read that. And
Yeah, that'd be nice.
if there's anything that we mentioned that you would love us to also talk about, that would love us to like expand more on, let us know and drop it
Mhm.
in the comment section. But like, thank you very much for watching to the end of the episode. Don't forget to
Thank
like,
you.
subscribe, drop a comment, share with a friend, share the clip with a friend if there's a part that you find funny, and also follow us on Instagram. We post some clips from some of these things on Instagram and TikTok. And see you in the next video.
All right, bye.